2 office hours in one day. For this one, we are going to talk about a classic liquid date calculation. We always love doing these. It's fun. So the use case for today is, and we'll use Braze trivia. I actually wanted to make a Braze, like if we had a live trivia night in person and we're sending an email, like, is it today or tonight? We wanted to bake that in, but for the sake of time, we'll keep it simple. But that's the question is, we have a live event coming up. We want our emails to say today or tonight, depending on the time of the live event. We'll use 5 p.m. as the anchor, the threshold time. And then because this is a local event, we don't need to actually worry about time zones. This is very much like a 5 p.m. West Coast, like Pacific time, or 5 p.m. East Coast. So first, I'm just going to create a variable for the time. So we'll do like assign trivia night, trivia night start time equals, it'll be today. So our date, and then T for time, and then 5 p.m. in military time is 17:000. And I think we're negative or -7. I think West Coast is -7. So this should give us like, okay, 5 p.m. West Coast.
Is
Any
it 7
questions
or
on
8?
the, what was that?
Is it
We're
7 or
7 or
8?
8, depending on daylight saving time, and I never remember which one's which. Let's actually look it up. Los
I feel like
Angeles time zone today, right? And you know how I make a big deal about PST and PDT. Um, Depending on what time of the year it is, where PST is like -7 and PDT is -8, or the other way around. So that's why I just say PT. But what is the time zone like? I guess PST is where's the,
I think
In
it's
relation to
right now.
UTC is what you're doing.
what is that?
He won't.
I guess it's
In
right here.
relation to
Yeah.
yes,
Pacific
UTC is
Standard Time, PST, which is what we're in right now, we're -8, -8,
mhm.
not -8. When we're in Pacific Daylight Time, I guess, when I think, go forward an hour, you spring forward, fall backwards, right? So we're closer to the London time, UTC time, or Greenwich Mean Time. We're -7. I guess we'll remember it once and for all. And that's when daylight starts. So we're in PDT from spring to fall time. We're in PST right now.
Yep.
Am I saying that right? Does that sound right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those things I just always look up, but hopefully this is our chance to just learn it once and for all. Peyton's missing out on a good one. Okay.
I'm
We're in
always going to look it up regardless.
PDT starts in spring. When we in spring, we lose an hour because we spring forward closer to the UTC time. That puts us at -7. Right now we're in PST, so we're at -8. I remember someone emailed me one time a long time ago, trying to schedule like an interview, and they're like, "Are you free at like CDT?" And I was like, "Is that a typo?" I almost said like, "What is CDT?" And then I looked it up, and I was like, "Wow, there's different time zone like markers for that." So okay, we're -8. I wanted to try two things here. Normally, I would love to, because I enjoy writing the liquid from scratch. We're actually going to just use the liquid AI generator, um, because we we should use our resources. Um, but I also want to try comparing it to what ChatGPT can do and see which one is like better or gets it right. So let's try that. But what we're trying to do is pretty much using our variable trivia night start time, um, write a liquid that renders today if trivia night start time, right? Write a liquid script. Trivia night start time is, should it include 5 p.m. or should it be 4:59 and on and earlier? We'll do before 5 p.m.
Yeah.
5 p.m. and renders tonight if the trivia night start time is on or after 5 p.m. Um, Also, make sure the date matches today, because I think Danielle, for our use case, they also had like tomorrow in there too. I think so. Make sure the date matches today. If the date is not today, then display. Then we'll say future. Then render future. I'll say if the date is not today but in the future, then render future. Is that prompt okay? Is this acceptable?
Yes, I do have a question related to our use case, but
Yeah.
in terms of that, it is pulling from a catalog. Is that to be added to this prompt?
I think the bulk of our code will still stay the same. Yes, for our use case, for our specific customer, this timestamp is found inside their catalog. I think it'll just be as simple as like taking that catalog value, and then you can do like assign start time equals that catalog value. So I think the source survey data is a small change. And yeah, I did want to note that. So let's try this. And I guess I'm not in here too often, but we can do inspire me, add countdown, improve my liquid, add first name. Okay, so it links to the use cases. Powered by OpenAI, content may be inaccurate and contain errors. I think it'll be very similar if we type it in the ChatGPT, but let's try this first. See what magic we get. I'll full screen it so we can see it a little bit better. Oops. Okay. Get the current date and time. Okay. And we're only getting the current date and time just for the date to make sure that this trivia night is happening today. But the today and tonight change should be based on the trivia night start time. Compare the time portion. So this number 3, we might need to actually clarify: render today, tonight, or future. Here's how we can implement this logic. Where's my answer? But okay.
You also don't want to do user's time zone, right? At number one, because you said this is all taking place in the West Coast.
Correct. Yeah. So let's see what it does. Replace. I like that it pops it up in there, which is helpful. And then this is where the last 20% of AI is. This is where AI is lacking the last 20%, and we need the human input. This is why we still need to learn how to do liquid, right? But I do like how convenient it is that it can actually write it and just like um, put it into the chat for us. So the integration is decent. Have we used this before? The liquid assistant? Either of you?
No,
No, I use a personalization.
It's
I love writing code from scratch.
I enjoy it too. But this is pretty good, and sometimes like it's like how much faster would it be for us to update this versus write the entire thing from scratch, right? But I am emphasizing the ability to be able to update based on reading the code. So okay, let's
Yeah.
go through this. So user time zone, that's fine. And actually, this thing is nice because it'll get all the brace syntax right versus in ChatGPT, they never include the $sign. So we always have to teach it or we have to fix it. So there's plenty of upside for using this thing, the Braze AI Liquid Assistant. Okay. Time is now in user's time zone. Date is fine. I think we do need to get rid of the time zone, honestly. So I agree. I'm going to get rid of that. So this is just like fixed time, current time. Oh, but hold on. If we just get current time, that's going to be in UTC, so the dates aren't going to match.
You
So I
just
think,
put America, Los Angeles, right?
I guess we could hard code it that way. I think we can assume that every user were, well, no, we can't assume that. Um, let's bake it in for the local time. I agree. America slash Los underscore Angeles. Um, right? Because like we might still email somebody who who used to live in LA, but they like now moved to New York, but they're still getting Braves trivia emails, and we still want that person's email to go based on the local LA time, right? So okay, current date is current time slice 0 to 10. Okay, that's fine. That's smart, I guess. So they're just taking the first 10 letters of their timestamp, which will be 4 years dash 2 dates dash 2 dates. So YYYY dash MM dash DD. So that's 10 letters. Smart. Trivia date, start time. Oh, trivia date is going to be slicing trivia night start time, and trivia hour is slicing um, the 2 hours from 11 and onwards. It skipped T, it looks like. Great. So if trivia date is equal to current date, so that's the starting point. We're only going to do today and tonight if that first logic is right. And if trivia hour is less than 17, so before 5 p.m. today, otherwise tonight. And then if it's not even the same date, then it'll say future. And then I guess they also included a past, an else clause for us. They're usually, AI is usually good about considering all cases.
Yeah. Can you go back to the slice 11 and 2? What is that referencing?
Yes. So, great question. So, slice 0 to 10 is saying start from the 0 index and take 10 letters from that. Right? So, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is going to be equal to the value of trivia date. And then slice 11 is start from your 11th index and then get 2 after that. So, I'm pretty sure it's, so if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because I think 10 is including the T. So start from 11th character, which is the hour, and then give me 2 characters from that. So it's just 1 and 2. And that gives us the hour of this timestamp. Yeah. And this is always assuming that it's in the ISO 8601 format, which is it has to be in this format to be able to use a slice. So for our customer, I think we're okay to do this, but it's like this could be a little bit of a dangerous approach because you're always assuming that it's always going to be the 11th character and the 12th character that gives us the time. I think the better way might be is using the date filter and just grabbing the time. Oh my gosh, I can't.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. James is out there.
For all 3 of those, actually.
Yes, I agree. But this was actually a great example of slice and talking about slice, so I'm happy with that. If we wanted
the plus over there.
Yeah, you want to explain that?
Oh, I was gonna have you explain as a teacher, but yeah, I mean the plus just it would turn that into a number, right? Because if you just take that now and the time, it would, if we just sliced it without the plus, it would just be a string, right? But we want to turn it into a number because we're trying to compare numbers.
Yeah,
a little bit down, right?
Braze is typically good about converting variables, but yeah, if we're literally you can only compare. Well, that's not true. You can compare strings and still use less than actually, but it makes more sense intuitively. Like we're trying to grab the hour value and seeing if it's less than the number 17. So it helps to make it a number. Yeah. I think if we kept it a string and then we did that, it would still work too, actually. Because the string 16 is still less than the string 17. But let's just not even go there. That's just risky behavior. I'm trying to think, why do we not have to do +0 for trivia date though? Because yeah, so here, right, trivia date. So here, this is not code comment. See, we always say it'll be quick, and then it's not quick because there's just so much to talk about. And hopefully that's okay. Well, we'll wrap it up soon. But trivia date right now is 2026-0127, and then current date, and it'll be in quotes because it's string. Current date is also this. So I think that's why we don't have to do plus 0 here, because we're just comparing to see, is this value equal to this value. We don't actually have to do like, is it greater than or less than. It's just we're comparing two date stamps that are in string format, in string data type. Yeah. Um, yeah. So let's preview. We haven't even tested this. And I know I said we wanted to test in ChatGPT. So it says tonight, great. Let's say we shift trivia time up to 1 p.m. It should say today, yay. And then let's say we shift it to tomorrow. It should say future. Nice. Cool. Any other questions here? Any explorations? Comment tag is helpful for us to just freely write comments. I'm trying to think. Anything else worth pointing out here? Oh, and then the last thing I wanted to do was if we wanted to use date, which I think, James, even if we use a date filter, it's still a string. We still have to do plus 0, actually. But it at least avoids the risk of using slice and
Yeah.
assuming that it'll always be the same character. So for current date, we can actually do current time and then date percent capital F, I think gives us just a year, month, date. And we can actually check by rendering current date. I'm trying to memorize some of these date codes. So current date should give me hopefully, yeah. So capital F is pretty helpful. That's also listed here. That's how I know it. Start time, trivia date. Oh, this is the same thing. Trivia night, start time, and then do date F. And then the hour, if we want it in 24-hour, it's this one. Oh, and then, okay, this is a whole new other topic, but there is like a leading 0, like a padded 0, leading 0 versus non-leading 0. I'm gonna choose the non-leading 0, so percent %K is what we want here. Percent lowercase k. And then if we just check here, and then we'll do current date. My computer is kind of slowing down. Trivia date and then trivia hour. And this should be the last thing we check. Trivia hour. Okay. So converting it by date. And honestly, if it's not in the ISO 8601 format, the date filter might not even work. So it's almost like the same thing as using the slice filter. Like either way, we need it to be in the right format, whether we use slice or date. But this feels like a little bit of a smarter way than just grabbing, like just slicing like in the right indexes. But let's see if that worked. So current date. Oh, trivia day. Let's go back to see why those are different. Oh, I changed it in trivia hour 13. So it should all still work the same. Any questions before we wrap this up?
Do you remember going back to that plus thing, right? I do remember it breaking somewhere. Do you remember like in what situation that string would break if we don't do that plus 0? Was it like different length of the number, meaning like if one's like a 1-digit number and the next one is like a 2-digit number, is that when it breaks?
So yes, I think so. Here, I'll explain this real quick. I'm pretty sure if we do if 16 is less than 17, right? Then it'll be true, and then we do end if. Like we're gonna get true here because 16 is less than 17, right? And then if we also do if quote 16, like the string 16 is less than 17, This is what I learned when I was teaching computer science, and I'm pretty sure this is true. Is it compares? It doesn't compare like the number value because this is a string now. You can't actually compare. This would be saying, okay, how about this? If apple is less than apple, right? Which like that doesn't make sense. But how this will compare is it'll compare the first character of this string
Right.
and compare the first character of that string. A and A is the same. Okay, and it'll move on to the next apple and apple. So this is actually going to render false because apple is not less than apple. Um,
Yeah.
so in your question, you're saying like if it's like 13 versus
Like 9.
12, yeah, or oh yeah, exactly.
If
This
it's like
would
9 and 10, it would say nine's bigger.
exactly. This would say is the string 8 less than the string 13? If it's a number, it's true. 8 is less than
It's
13.
true. Yeah.
But
But
if
if
we're
it's a
comparing
string, it's
strings
false.
and we're comparing 8 and 1,
Yeah.
then yes,
It's
this one's actually greater. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Danielle, any questions there? I know this is like kind of this is definitely a geeky topic. Um, but
Yeah,
I think
what
this is
is
the
the
reason
difference?
why we want to use that plus at
yeah,
times, right? Because
yeah.
like obviously I think in our case with the trivia hour, we're using 17, so it's not like
Well,
we're not
and
gonna notice it, but
the actually in this case though, if since we're using ISO, it's gonna have O8, so it's actually gonna work. Like
okay.
the hourly value will always have that leading zero. Actually, maybe that's why I should use that leading zero value, so I can get that
Mhm.
zero added there. Um, but when we were using the slice method earlier, it would like even the single digit hours will always have a zero in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, sorry. Danielle, did you have you were saying something?
No. I think I'm all good.
We're pretty much diving into like how like code in general compares like two numbers, which are 8 and 13. Like this is like okay, that's true. 8 is less than 13. But code can also compare two strings too. Like you can actually do less than signs with strings, and string because it has a code around it. But this will actually say 8 is greater than the string 13 because the number, sorry, the character 8 has a higher value than the character 1. So this will actually be, so like, because when you compare strings, you go letter at a time. This one will actually end up being like this is the correct logic. It's like the ASCII value behind the character. So every character on your keyboard has like a number value behind the scenes, and that's what it compares behind the scenes. Um, yeah, and so like you can compare like I think like symbols to numbers, and then I think the number 8. Um, Actually, where can I find? I don't know if this is the right table, and we've talked enough about this. So, yeah, fun topic. But yeah, thanks for chiming in, James. And Danielle, let us know if you have any questions or hope you also enjoyed that exploration too. And we'll wrap it up here. Cool.
Thank you.